I'm ready.
Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're so glad you're here joining us this week. Every week, we interview a best-selling author, and I got to say, we're so excited to have Stephanie Bavaro here. Your book went #1 last week in Australia and where else? All over the world,
It
I
was
think.
the U.S. It was in 6 categories in the U.S., Germany, Australia, and Japan. I'm
Woo,
covering
Japan!
continents. I'm covering continents. Yeah, so we have like a new little. We updated the book cover to have the little #1 bestseller Amazon symbol.
#1 bestseller. How do you feel? You got to be excited about this. I mean, you did it.
It is exciting, and you know, I've had some interviews, and one of the things that I really genuinely feel is it's real. Like, it is real. I am a #1 international best-selling author, but you know, behind the curtain, to let all of your people who care about this know is there's a process for it. And the process doesn't guarantee you get #1 bestseller or international, but there is, you know, we control the action, not the results. And to just listen to what your publicist says and just to do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Well, listen, we got a lot of exciting stuff to cover in a short amount of time, so I want to jump right into, before we get into the process, because I know you worked on building your platform for several years. I mean, Greatful Woman, your whole platform, we'll get into that. It's global. I know about you. So tell me about the content. What is so special about the content? You've got several co-authors. Talk to me about why did you write this book, and why does it speak so well to women today?
Sure. So Greatful Woman Talks was originally a telesummit that, y'all, grew my list from 70 to almost 3,000 in 6 weeks. That's another conversation. Call me, telesummitsuccess.com. But because I did a program because people wanted to know. And what came out of it was I've now recorded like 70 interviews. And Michael, I'm going to say in literally 60-some of them, at some point during the call, were people sharing about how women need to get in touch with their needs, that they need to give from their overflow, not give from depleted, not only give from, you know, we're brought up to serve, and that why women feel frustrated, unfulfilled, tired, overweight. These come from us not nurturing ourselves. So I picked the theme of Greatful Woman Talks that to me resonated the most and felt the most important, that if I only wrote one book, what would be the topic I'd want to talk about? So that's why I picked Giving from Your Overflow Starts with Self-Care.
I think that right there, we see a lot. You said tired. Women are tired. I mean, whether they have children or not, they're tired with their careers. But also, you're giving women purpose and focus. So you're motivating them to self-care, take care of themselves. Maybe go into some of your favorite stories around the book. I know Lisa Nichols is in the book. Tell us some other authors you have in the book, and why this content blends together so well with you as co-authors.
Right. Well, one thing I did was I made sure that I picked talks that approached the idea of self-care, #1, like significantly. It wasn't just a passing mention in the talk, but it was actually sort of a important part of the talk. I'm going to take some water for a second. You can edit that out.
Yeah.
With my Greatful gear, of course. And so,
always
like,
marketing. I like that. You're always having fun, and you're having fun marketing. You know, a lot of authors aren't marketers.
We have to have fun with this. I love my Greatful stuff. Look, it has bling. I mean,
got bling.
If you don't like your brand, get another brand.
And you're blinging at 2 a.m. and 3 p.m. from Australia to Japan. I'm loving it. So awesome.
You made me cough. Okay. So, right, the core of it did come from the Lisa Nichols talk, which was Giving from Your Overflow Begins with Self-Care. And that talk was just off the hook. But it wasn't just her talk. It was about the fact that, like, okay, Christine Closer, she talks about getting in touch with your authentic self to be able to tell your story. So it is, like, when I talk about Greatful Woman, I talk about confidence, joy, and success on your terms. And I think that on your terms is for women at least as important as confidence, joy, and success, because a lot of women don't define their needs in terms of themselves. I want my children to be happy. I want my husband to be successful. I want my job to be this, right? It's like, well, what do you want? And most women are like,
wow.
I don't know. And so then they don't understand why they are frustrated or unfulfilled, or this life isn't what they thought it would be, you know. And so then we have Mia Redrick, who talks about mom's self-care. So she talks it from a mom perspective. You know my Kate McKay. Kate McKay.
Sure. Woo, Kate.
Yes, we love Kate McKay. She talks about sassy fit from the inside out. So she talks about how health and sexiness and feeling good about yourself is an inside-out job. Then we have Tanya Penny is awesome. She's an amazing woman. She talks about like the whole picture. Nikki Klug is really cool. She's an interior designer, but she's all about creating sacred space. Like she creates personal spaces, success spaces, and what we talked about was creating a sacred space, creating a physical space for yourself to get away, even if it's just a little chair in the corner that you're allowed to go put headphones on, the kids can't bother you. And so we literally, and then there are a couple of ones like Allison Bird and Basavi Kumar that talk about it from a business perspective, and then Dee Marshall wraps it all up by talking about just letting go of a mediocre life and being the woman that God intended you to be.
I'm loving that, because you're inspiring women globally, not just domestically in the U.S., because this, creating a safe place for yourself, I mean, we're working with an author that's coming out next year. Her home wasn't safe. She was being abused physically, emotionally, mentally every day, and there's women that are going through this kind of abuse and different kinds of abuse, and you're helping them create a safe place, find their strength. Talk to me a little bit about some of the feedback you're getting, some of the stories. What are some of the testimonials, and how are some of these lives around the globe being changed by the feedback you've had?
I get interesting testimonials. One of my favorite testimonials, and I don't have it physically in front of me, but it made it to the back cover of the book, is this woman named Meredith, and she's from somewhere, I want to say she's in Africa, and she found the Greatful Woman Talks, and she said that she literally felt like she wanted to give up. She literally didn't want to go on, and when she found Greatful Woman and the Greatful Women there, that she felt she had community, and that every day she looked forward to the talks. And so I find some of the feedback is, I love the tools, I love access to coaches, I love all the talks, I love it, you're opening my mind. And for other people, it's, I've come home. It's the community. These Greatful Women are so beautiful and amazing, and I feel like I resonate with them. So they tend to be in those two areas.
It's okay to give myself the space. It's okay to relax. It's okay to unplug. It's okay to take a vacation. It's okay to go to the spa. It's okay to let my kids go to a sitter's house and give myself some me time. You're empowering women. You know, there's more mobile phones on the planet than there are people, and I can just imagine women in Africa sharing your story, your talks. Greatful Woman Talks. I know you've been doing a ton of interviews. I know you're clearing your throat there.
I know, I put it on mute while I'm coughing.
You are so tech savvy. Right. You're awesome. Well, you definitely learn a lot of things after you do 60 or 80 or a couple hundred interviews like you've done. I think one of the main things, we tell all of our authors the importance of building a platform. And I want to talk now about marketing. We've talked about content and giving women a safe place. Congratulations on a #1 bestseller. But right now, take a break and tell us, how do people find you? How do people find the book and everything you've got going on?
Sure. So I'll stop coughing. You can edit those out. So we've got the Greatful Woman is my home. So Greatful, Greatful, because we deserve a life that's great and full. So gratefulwoman.com/connect, and Michael might be able to show you my business card, maybe, maybe not. But gratefulwoman.com/connect is my sort of one-stop shop, or gratefulwoman.com. But the book is gwtalks.com/volume1, because this is just the first place. I'm gonna ask my Greatful Women, what do you want for volume 2? Do you want to talk about money? Do you want to talk about health? What do you want to talk about? So it's gwtalks.com/volume1. And just for the record, I didn't mention this, all of the chapters come with the free bonuses that the talks came with. So if somebody listens to Lisa Nichols or Christine Closer and really connects with them and wants that free gift, and wants that offer that's made, I created off of gwtalks.com/volume1. They can opt in. They can get all the free bonuses.
Oh, that's superb. So if somebody's listening to you and they're like, Kate McKay is really speaking to me, this message from Kate or this message from you, they get it all.
Right.
I love it. So
Right.
we've got that included on how they can connect with you. Let's talk about marketing, because you're really, a lot of authors aren't marketers, but you've got this marketing mind because you're talking about volume 2, volume 3, and you're really elevating women. You're actually inviting women to participate on your platform. Tell us a little bit about a marketing strategy, because Greatful, that's some great branding. There's obviously a lot of thought went into your brand. I remember the day you changed your Twitter address to be the Greatful Woman Talks, and talk to us about branding and marketing.
I'll go back to what I said in the beginning, because I don't necessarily believe that I'm good at marketing. When I like something, I'm good at allowing it to express it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really had to get clarity on who I was serving and how I wanted to serve them. And then once I knew that, then everything else would follow. So for me, it's been very organic. Like, I didn't find it right away. It used to be Grateful Sex. And it wasn't about sex. It was about a woman's energy. And I found that it just titillated men, and it just scared women. And I had to be willing to let go of that. And when I just felt Grateful Woman, the idea of this single grateful woman and that woman identifying with herself in that, it just felt really powerful. And a lot of it is just allowing for that. And then having fun with it, like playing with it, like having bling water bottles and loving the colors that you wear. And like teal is an important color. And for me, so it's all about...
Look at teal somewhere.
Yeah, it's all about exploring how you want to reach, how you want to touch, how you want to impact your target audience. It doesn't matter. I mean, we have people who have platforms for gift wrapping, platforms for whatever. It doesn't matter what it's about. It matters that you know who you're talking to, and you know, number one, how you talk, right? Like, my primary archetype is a magician, so I'm not really caring about how we're going to do something. I just know we're going to do it.
You don't sweat the details. You just let the magic happen.
I'll figure it out. I sort of do sweat the details sometimes, but I am really about where do we want to go. It's more important to me to understand where we want to go. We'll figure it out. If we have to trip along the way, so be it.
We've only got a couple minutes left.
The more my people can relate to me.
Totally. And guys, there's a ton of content on Stephanie's website and blog. We're going to give it again here in a second, and it's in the script here in the blog post. But I tell you what, you've put together this amazing tribe in the last few months, and I got to tell you, you've had a long-term strategy. I've been really impressed to watch your brand evolve globally over the last couple years. What would you say to that author, that this woman that's sitting there thinking, I don't know if I've got a message that can really touch the world, but I've got a burning desire to do something like Stephanie's done? What have you learned in this process that, looking back, you're like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have known that. This would have saved me some heartache. What would you say to that author, that woman?
Well, first I would say, don't think that everything you're doing in your life right now isn't taking you towards that journey. I don't think there is anything where I'm like, I wish I'd known that, because I think every step of it, I had to learn that. Because believe me, I still feel like a failure. I still feel like I haven't gotten it fast enough. I still feel like I haven't done enough. No matter what level, and Lisa Nichols will tell you the same thing. No matter what level an entrepreneur is, we're always going to feel like we're not quite there yet. But what I'd say is really get clarity on who you are, who you want to work with, who's your ideal client. If you say everybody, that's about the only thing you've done wrong. If you say my book, my platform's for everybody, nobody will hear you. I want you to be able to see it down to practically, like, who would be that one super mega best person that you would love to who really resonates with everything you say and loves you, and that's what we're looking for. I would rather have a small tribe of people who love Grateful Woman than 30,000 people who are like, I don't even know what that means.
You know, Stephanie, your tribe is very appealing, and people see it, and they don't see all the background work you did. But I think what you did is you found your life passion and your God-given mission, and you stepped out here in faith. You know, what I saw you do over the years is I saw you feel the fear with the insecurity and fear that all of us fear, right? And we think we're not adequate, but you stepped out there and you did it, and you took those steps, and every step along the way you had a Lisa Nichols, you had a Kate McKay, you had somebody by your side that helped you. So you've inspired a lot of women. Tell us again, the ladies and the men, because I know you're inspiring a lot of men.
You are beautiful, grateful men. You're a beautiful, grateful man.
Yeah, yeah. So we want to see you and your bling on the beach in San Diego soon, because with all your grateful woman bling bling. So tell us once again, how do everybody find you, Stephanie?
Okay, so now to get the book, go to GW Talks. You can go to Grateful Woman Talks, but GW Talks is our hashtag, talk about marketing. GWTalks.com/volume1. That's the book. If you want to see my awesome video, GWTalks.com. That video I'm very proud of. I need to do a new video on my homepage, which is gratefulwoman.com. But the nice thing is, on gratefulwoman.com or gratefulwoman.com/connect, I've got buttons to everything. Like if you want to listen to talks, if you want to get your bling water bottle, if you want me to teach you how to do a telesummit successfully, whatever it is, I want to make it easy for people to be able to play with me.
I love that. And you give people the opportunity to engage you, go through the drive-through window, or come in and sit down and have a 5-course meal. That is so beautiful. It's so smart. You're so busy. I want to say thank you, Stephanie, and Grateful Woman Talks, for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us. And it's always an inspiration and motivation, and always some takeaways, some practical strategies on how to touch people's lives. And I think the testimonial from Africa inspired me today, because you never know who's reading your book while you're asleep. You never know who's sharing your video while you're on vacation. I want to encourage you, like Stephanie, follow your dreams, follow your heart. I am Michael D. Butler with BookLaunchExperts.com, where every week we feature a different author and book launch expert to help you build your platform so you can monetize your brand for life. Stephanie, thank you so much. Can't wait to interview you again.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Have a great day.